Welcome to Wired to Hunt's Unconventional Wisdom, where we take one commonly held deer hunting belief and examine an unexpected alternative. You've heard a lot of people talk about the importance of getting to your tree stands and back out of them without spooking deer. The importance of entry and exit. There's a lot of good reasons for this. If you spook deer when you're heading into hunt, or if you spook them on the way out, they're gonna quickly figure out what's going on and they're gonna adapt and change their behavior. It's gonna lead to less successful hunts for you in the future. So the trick is, how do you get in and out without deer realizing it? So the normal approach is sneak to your tree stand. That's what most people say you should do. Sneak in, sneak out. I'm here to tell you, sometimes sneaking to your tree stand is not the right approach. Let's say it is November 4th, 19 degrees out, and it was one of those cold, crisp, wide open nights. First thing in the morning, you're gonna sneak in for an all-day rut hunt. You got a thick coat of frost on the ground, and every step you take, crunch, crunch, crunch. Super duper loud, and it just echoes. It's soul crushing. You just know that every deer for a mile hears you. I hate those days. Sometimes you need to consider the two options you have. You can take a slow step and make a loud noise with frost, and you could do that for 30 minutes, walking into your tree stand and spooking deer for 30 minutes. Or the fast and furious approach would be, all right, I know I'm gonna make a lot of noise, let's just make it in as tight of a window as possible. So I'm gonna make a bunch of racket for 5 minutes. I'm gonna nearly jog to my tree stand. I don't care how much noise I make, because I'm gonna make it tight. It's November 4th, it's the rut. What's happening during the rut? There's a whole lot of noise in the woods, right? There's bucks chasing does all over the place. So what's a deer used to hearing on November 4th? He's used to hearing crashing. Instead of trying to sneak to your tree stand, why don't you just do what the deer are doing? Jog for 20 paces, stop, run again, stop, walk quickly for a minute. If you have to make a bunch of noise, try that kind of irregular pace. Get there fast, make some noise. It's like a rip the Band-Aid type approach. This could be something you don't need to do just during the rut. You might find yourself in situations where you just can't get away with being quiet. Embrace the noise again. October 1st is not going to be the same kind of soundscape as November 4th. So there's not the chasing. Now we're thinking about deer that are moving steadily along, feeding, stopping, feeding, stopping. So mimic something like that. Let's say you get a burst of wind. Rip the Band-Aid off, make some noise while you get that cover sound, then slow back down a little bit when you get to better terrain. So you gotta kind of read the terrain, read the setting, read the scenario. Now here's the second one. This is where you're in a situation where deer are surrounded by noise and maybe surrounded by people. Envision maybe hunting in a neighborhood or hunting next to a park. As many of us have experienced, deer are creatures of edge. They found a way to adapt to a lot of human environments. So there are places like that you can deer hunt. And actually, a sneaking, quiet human is more abnormal than someone walking quickly, walking with their dog, taking a jog. If you're gonna have to make sound, try to make it match what's going on in that setting at that time of year. Getting to your tree stands without deer realizing it is very important. Getting out with deer realizing that something funky is going on is very important. The stealthy approach is not the only way to do it. If you want more information like this, be sure to tune into the Wired Hunt podcast or the Wired Hunt Foundation's mini-series. We've got new deer hunting know-how every week. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts.